F201 and F202. Let me see if I can quit hitting the wrong button. All right, so once you've got Autopsy running, F201 and F202 do this Rhino Hunt with Autopsy and then Wireshark. So let's start with the Autopsy one. So the idea here is they made it illegal to have rhinoceros images. That's just to have something new. So you're going to get this file called case1.zip. So let me go in my Windows machine here, and let's open up a browser like Firefox, for example, see if it's going to work. Well, I don't know if it's just being slow or what. I guess it should respond eventually. It's doing something, all right. At the blazing speed of Windows. Whatever happened if I right-click one of these. There, now I can see it's moving. Let's try opening Chrome, see if any of these are actually going to move. Probably after 45 seconds, 5 windows will open. What happens when you use slow machine? All right, here comes something. So, go to Sam's class. I can get this thing to stop doing stupid things instead of what I want. Yeah, how about you just shut up about whatever you're trying to sell me and let me use the browser. All right, let's see if the other one's going to work. This one is just going to waste my time. Got it, okay. Nope, okay. It must be annoying for software engineers. They write 10 new features and nobody cares. Just get rid of it and let me use the old stuff. Anyway, I'm just trying to get the link to download that file. There we go. F201 is here. All right. So, all right, so it's a real small file, which is good. So I've downloaded that file, that's good. Now, I don't know if I have hashcalc on this machine, let's find out. I don't. Well, I do, okay, good, all right. Hashcalc fills the missing hash calculation function, which is present in Linux but not in Windows. And so, now I can open the downloads folder. And in here, I should have case1.zip. There it is. All right. And so I can get the hash value of this thing by just dragging and dropping it there. All right. This gives me various hash values. Now, if you look at the project, this is a good practice. You should get the hash. So the hash of this thing should start, the MD5 should start with 6A8. And it does, 6A8. So that tells me it's not messed up. That's what you want. You should be in the habit of doing this. You verify the hash value of anything you download, especially when you're doing forensic work, to make sure it's intact. It's also a good idea for software to make sure the software has not been modified or damaged down when bringing it down. So now I unzip it, which is here. Extract and Microsoft, here they are, extract all, extract, good. So it's going to put it in there. All right, and I'm just going to replace the old files because I've already done this project on here. Here you get various files. These 3 things called logs and one called a USB.dd. The DD means this is a Linux direct copy. It's not a compressed copy like an E01 file. It's just a raw copy of a USB drive, 253K apparently, so really old data. So we're going to examine that one. We make an autopsy case and we examine the Rhino USB.dd, and it is a disk image. So let me get to autopsy, which let me just get down to my desktop. There's autopsy, okay. All right. All right. So I make a new case, and I'll call it F201. It already exists, so I'm going to call it F201A. All right. All right. And F201A, finish. This just creates a container to store the data in. Takes a few seconds. I think I see some questions in the Twitch. Are we allowed to Google for these answers during the test? Oh, during the Kahoots? Sure, anything goes during the Kahoots. You won't win that way, though, because they rate you on speed. Anyway. All right. Now I'm just going to let it generate a name based on the case name or something. I don't care about that. Okay, disk image is what I have. So next. Now I got to browse to it. So it's browse, downloads, case one, rhinousb.dd. So there it is. And then next. Now I could turn on a lot of advanced analysis options, but I just want the default. I don't need any of these advanced options. So I'll just do next. And now it'll process it, opening it up, and I finish, and it is still running. Down here in the corner, you can see it's still busy. And when it's done, I'll have data sources here. You can expand it on the left. There's the Rhino USB, and you can expand it here and see what's in there. And in there you see, these are the orphan files, if there are any. Here's unallocated space, which had, now it recovered a file, and it didn't have a file name, so it makes up this name called unalloc, followed by numbers. So it recovered something from there, and if you click it, you'll see what it is down here. And this just says sorry, 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 so I think this is somebody's, they've done a partial wipe of the empty space. So they just wrote the word sorry, sorry, sorry all over it, which is the kind of thing you'd get with an anti-forensic tool to clear the unnecessary space. So they found some unallocated space that contains data, but the data is not interesting. Now here you get files it was able to recover. File types, so you can go by extension, and documents, and there are two plain text documents here, Gumbo 1 and Gumbo 2, and those contain, I think, recipes, how to make gumbo. Yep, shrimp and tasso gumbo. And then there are other files available. Now let me check my instructions and see what I told you to look for here. All right, so you create a case, and now, we've done all that. So now go by extension. We should see some images, which I was not seeing, so maybe it just wasn't done processing or something. File views, file type. I should have seen images here. And for some reason I don't. This is disturbing. I wonder if Autopsy is still running or something. Wonder what this means. Keyword search is not running, but I don't care about that. Well, this is rude. I'm not finding the images we need. I vaguely remember this happening to students, and I don't remember what the problem is. New case, disk image or VM file. Okay. In the ingest, I had to do select all. I needed those extra modules. That was the problem. Okay, so let me go here. I made a mistake, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to make a new case and call it F201B. That's helpful anyway. If you're tempted to make that mistake, don't do that. You do need all those analysis. F201B, finish. All right. Okay, now I don't care about the name of this. Disk image is fine. And case one, browse, Rhino USB. Okay, then next. And here's where I made my mistake. I want to select all, so it'll do all kinds of analysis. And then next. Therefore, it'll take more time, but it will find more stuff. And I guess you need those optional things for the images, which surprises me. I would have thought they would be in the default analysis. Now it says I can finish, but it's not working. It's still working down here. See, analyzing data. So now if I go to file types, by extension, there are no images, but as it works, the images should appear. It's still analyzing files, 4 tasks running, and so on. So presumably, When it finishes, the images will pop up. And even with this tiny case, you see how slow it is why you pay for expensive machines that can go really fast to do real cases. Something about PDP, Plazo, okay, some Plazo database name. Yeah, Plazo is one of those optional analyzing things. By turning them all on, it's wasting time looking for all kinds of things that aren't there, like Android data and iPhone data and stuff, but it will eventually finish, and it shouldn't take too long on such a small image. This thing is, I think, not even 1 megabyte in size, so it's really small. There we are. It claims to be done. There we are, and now images appear. Now I'm good. So now I have various names here ending in JPEG, so I can click them, and then I'll see it down here. There's the image, and I can shrink it down. Try the next one. All right, there's an image of a crocodile and so on. So there's various images here. All right, and let's go back to the instructions. So, all right, first find the image of a mother rhinoceros and their child. So just find any images. Then, if you select all down here, you'll see the deleted files that were recovered. So that's deleted files are down here. File types, deleted files, all. There are 132 deleted files were recovered from this disk image. And so some of them were recovered with their names. And so here is a document. And here's some more images and so on. There's a lot of files here. Now you can sort them by type. Let me see if I can make my window wider. Created time, size, location, and extension. There, you can sort by extension. This is a Word document, and those are GIFs. So that will help you with them, because there's a lot of images, but the Word document in particular contains a lot of interesting information. This is metadata. Here's the text. There's a whole story to read here, and this has clues in here, has flags in here. And this is commonly the case. You find emails and you have to read them. You find documents and you have to read them, and they tell you things. So, all right. So you're looking in there, you'll find more flags. So you can sort by file type, by sorting by MINE type to find the application MSF Word, Microsoft Word. Then you'll find a diary, and there's things to find in here. And then you'll find 2 files that contain an email address at MIT. One of them has a real file name. And note, a file name beginning with unalloc is not a real file name. If Autopsy recovers unallocated space, a file, it doesn't have the file name, so it makes up a file name starting with unalloc. You need to find a name that does not start with unalloc to find the real file name. So those are the things you're looking for here in this Autopsy project. Again, just getting the basics of Autopsy working. So let me stop this recording.